Let's get started, guys. Happy Monday, everyone. Hope we're good. As always, my sweets, we're going to start with a lovely tall back, sitting on your seat bones, legs crossed or out to the side, maybe even sitting in front of you, just so that you're able to find this tall seat, connect with your breathing. Going to use this half an hour class to just get the body moving, our breath engaged, and ready for a lovely new week. So seat bones pressing down. Think about your lower abdominals, really zipping them up towards your rib cage, pressing your hands down onto your knees, and let's just close the eyes here. Taking a really strong deep breath in, and nice strong exhale through the mouth. We're going to take that 2 more times. Deep breath in through the nose. Lovely exhale through the mouth. And 1 more time, deep breath in through the nose. And nice strong exhale through the mouth. Lovely, guys. Let's take a couple of shoulder rolls. So just rolling those shoulders back, rolling them forward. And then 1 more time, rolling them back to set them back and down. Pulling them down and lengthening the neck. Nice. Bring the hands into your interlaced position in front of you. We'll do a seated cat and cow. So push your spine back behind you as you sort of draw your belly in towards your back. Lifting tall, have a little wiggle, and then place your hands down. I'm going to repeat that. Hands in towards your heart center. Curl back. Really think of pushing your spine back behind you. Then moving through a nice tall back and then into sort of a little extension here. Getting any morning sort of clicks out. Last time like that. Deep breath in, draw the hands in. Pushing back, hollowing out the belly, sort of making a C curve here. Then moving through a nice neutral spine and then to extend the ribs. And then press the hands down. Lovely. Let's take a quick side bend just to reach that side oblique area open. Pushing up. Other side, nice tip over, and big exhale. Lovely, guys. Okay, we're going to come straight down onto our back, do a little bit of engagement into our core. So taking your time to just find your way down to your supine position on your mat. Taking your feet right to the edge of the mat, so nice wide stance, arms out to the side, and just take a little mobilizing windscreen wiper here, just dropping those knees from left to right. Beautiful. And we're going to just start with some basic crunches, just really basic technique, getting those abs switched on. So we want to have the feet in reach of our hands, so not too far away, and making sure that your knees are directly in line with your hips. Hands to the back of your head. We're going to keep the elbows wide and the chin away from the chest. We breathe in and exhale, little crunch to elevate the chest. Deep breath in as we lower and exhale. So as we draw the body out, we're thinking of pulling our belly button down towards our spine, finding that nice engagement. Just taking a few more like this. Keeping that core engaged, that awareness in the breath across the chest. So we want to keep that nice open feeling in the upper body. Good. Now we're going to take a little transverse. We're going to come across, little oblique engager and down. And reaching across and down. So we're exhaling and inhaling. Exhaling and inhaling. Good. Take 1 more each side. And then the next time you come over to your right side, stay here. Take your other arm out to sort of mirror the top arm, like you're holding onto a yoga block. And you're just doing some little crunches off into that diagonal for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take the hands back towards the head. We're going to repeat that sequence. So straight crunches and down. And exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Coming across now back to those obliques. Really think of reaching beyond the knee, like you want to reach like further than your knee. Good. Now when you've done your last one to the right, the next one to the left, we're going to stay there for those little pulses. So bringing that underneath arm up and find those little pulses. Tiny little extra lift there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center and ease it down. Nice. Let's take another little windscreen wiper with those knees, just releasing the lower back. We're going to just do one more abdominal exercise here. We're going to do some toe taps. We're going to start with that like sort of easier version and then build it up to a more advanced version. So thinking about those lower abdominals, this area is where we really want to have our awareness at the moment as we take our right leg off the floor, using that powerhouse left leg off the floor. Now we're going to do that a little bit wider today. So you're going to have your knees directly mirroring your hips, yeah? Taking the arms up, and we're just going to take left toe, tap it down, and then squeeze to lift. Same with the right, tap it down and squeeze. Like we're hinging from our hip bone. So we're not moving anything else, we're just holding that control, finding that nice strong awareness. Good, now we're going to take the opposite arm if you want to add your arms here. And up, so just challenging that balance slightly. And up, exhaling on the extension, inhaling as you draw back up. Good, take a couple more like this. Now stay with this level, and you can also stay with a more narrow version of this as well. If it feels too much to come all the way down to the floor, just keep that in mind. Otherwise we're going to come into an extension with that leg now, and squeeze to lift. Extending that leg long, and squeeze to lift. You almost think about your heel is going to come down towards the floor. We're not going to tap the floor, but in that direction. Good, let's take 4 more, whichever version you're doing. And 3. Inhaling, and 2. And just 1 more. Nice, guys. Give the knees a little cuddle. Good job. Have a gentle little rock there. Just relaxing there. And then just place your left foot down to the mat. Give your right knee a couple of circles, a little squeeze. Just to the right, to the left. And then same to the other side. Taking that with your left leg. Just a couple of mobilizing hip circles there. And reverse. Good. I actually we're going to just do one more little ab exercise here before we move into our next section. So it is just the same sort of setup. We're going to have that 90-degree angle. Legs are a little bit wider today, so knees in line with the hips. Arms are up, and we're going to take a little hinge of both legs now. So arms are going to open, both legs are going to tap down, and then you're going to squeeze to lift up. Easier version is you just come halfway down with those legs and squeeze up. Deep breath, exhaling. Inhale as you draw that position up. Exhale. And squeeze it up. Good. Imagine you've got some weights in your arms here, finding that resistance in those muscles. So as you draw up, you're really keeping that engagement in your upper body. Good. Let's take 2 more. Good. And 1 more. Nice. And squeeze the knees down. Lovely work, guys. Beautiful. Okay, rolling over directly to one side. So we're going to come straight into our side line today. Excuse me. So lying down onto your side, as always, in my opinion anyway, you can do most of these exercises with supporting the neck or lying down, depending on the exercise. Sometimes you might be instructed one or the other, but for these ones you can choose. Just make sure you do the same on the second side and watch that we're not jarring the neck. So we're going to take that underneath leg and just have a gentle bend. So just it's very comfortable out of the way, not too far forward, not too far back, sort of just in a comfortable alignment. We're focusing on that top leg to begin. So top leg is in line with the hip. So really ensure that that foot is directly in line with your hip. You can take your hand onto your waist here, or if you prefer, maybe onto the floor. We're going to flex the foot and draw that leg as high up towards our chest as we can. So we're really using that hamstring and glute muscle, also our abdominals, and then push it away. So actually, let's point the foot to squeeze it in. So getting flexion through that ankle and then pushing it away. Inhale as we squeeze it in, and exhale. We're also really working our range of movement here in this hip. So don't worry if you can't get that leg fully up towards your chest. For example, you might only get it to sort of your hip, and that's absolutely fine. You want to just get to where you can, working that position. Good. Let's do 2 more. And out. Last one. Nice. Now, before we move on to bicycle, we're going to point that foot and just take some gentle little circles. Again, very minimal movement here, but we're really stabilizing that core, like you've got a corset on. Want everything else to be really still here. And then reverse, other direction. Good. Keep thinking of pulling up through that side waist. Lovely, guys. Good, good, good. Now we're going to move into a little bicycle. So you're going to bend that knee, bring your heel towards your bottom. Send that leg through to the front as you extend, and then flex to push back. Bicycle it again. Bend, bicycle your way through, and flex to push back. Breathing out here. And inhale. Exhale. Good. Now we're going to reverse it. So we're going to scoop forward. We move through that point as we bicycle that leg back, behind us, and forward. Flex it in. Extend it back. And 3. Nice. Last one. Good. Hold it long. We're going to send the underneath leg out now, and we're going to just squeeze that underneath leg to the top leg and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. We've got 4 more of these. 4, and 3, and 2. Gorgeous. Last one. Little pulses to finish. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it strong and relax down. Lovely, guys. Just push yourself up. Come into a very gentle mermaid position and just reach over there. Have a lovely stretch. Good. We're going to take a quick glute stretch there before we go to the second side. So just take your feet in front of you, and the leg that you were just working, you're going to just take it across and just have a little stretch there just before we do that on our second side. A nice stretch. Lovely. All right, let's swing the legs around. We'll do that all second side. So coming down as you did on the first side, replicating that arm alignment, so lying down or sitting nice and tall. Underneath leg is just in that soft bent position, and top leg is stretching out long. We're going to point that leg in towards our chest, flex and push it away. Good. Inhale as you squeeze it in, really find that control, and flex to push. Good. Deep breath in and exhale. Good. Again, really think belly button to spine, keeping that core engagement. It's really important to focus on that all the time. Our powerhouse is constantly switched on and assisting us with this movement. We've got 2 more. And out. Last one. Good. Lovely, guys. Hold it out there. Let's take some little circles. Tiny little circles. Think of your big toe, drawing these circles here. Nice. And then reverse the little circles around the other direction. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now we're going to move into that little bicycle. So squeeze that heel. Really activate your hamstring. Stretch that leg forward. Stretch it out long and flex to push back. Squeezing it in, finding that control and that extension here. So moving through those 2 sort of progressive movements in our muscle activation, strengthening and stretching. And back. And 1 more like that. And back. Nice. Now we're going to reverse it. So we scoop forward, squeeze in, send it back, Nice. Scoop it forward and in and back. Breathing and in and back. We have one more of these. Awesome. Really good, guys. Send that leg out long, slide that underneath leg, and we're just lifting it, the underneath leg and lower. Squeeze and lift and lower. Squeeze and lift and lower. Lift. We've got 4 more. And 4. Good. 3 and 2 and 1. Nice little pulses, little tiny lifts. And we have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it strong and ease it down. Nice, everyone. Just sit yourself up, and we're going to take that quick glute stretch here before the other side. So just taking the leg that was on top, just bend it across, have a little bit of a stretch there. Nice. Take a quick little mermaid stretch as well, reaching over, feeling that nice extension. Beautiful. Now we're going to stay on that side for our side plank here, guys. So stay on the side that you were just on. Excuse me. We're going to start down on our elbow, and then we are going to push up today. So if you know you have any wrist issues, you might want to just stay down for both versions on the elbow if that suits you better, if you've got any wrist issues. And always remember, with side plank, you can absolutely keep this underneath leg down for a softer version as well. Excuse me. So pushing up, taking your top arm to help you up to your posture. Feet can be one on top of the other, or you can stack the feet one in front of the other. So pushing the floor away. Up the top today, we're going to take our spiral under. So we're exhaling on our spiral and inhaling to extend. Now, I don't want you to tip back here. So when you take that arm up, you want to keep that beautiful awareness in the alignment. Shoulders are square. Spiraling under. And lift. We've got 1 more of these. Beautiful. Nice. Now stay here. Bring the top hand down to assist yourself to push straight up to that side plank. You can actually drop your knees if you need to as well to make that transition. Here, we're just going to take a tiny dip and push. 3, 2, we're micro bending that underneath the elbow. We're going to hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and ease it down. Lovely work, guys. Take a little stretch there. It's so surprising to me how hard side plank is. I don't know why it's a surprise, but every time I do it in a class, I'm like, God, this is hard. So well done. Maybe you found it really easy. If you did, I'm so happy for you. All right, second side. So as you did on the first side, remember, keep that variation with the knee down if you need that. Pushing up, find that posture, really pushing the mat away. And we're going to take those spirals. So we spiral under as we exhale. Inhale to set. And exhale. Inhale. 2 more here. Really use the breath. When an exercise gets more challenging, we focus more closely on the breathing. Good. Take that top hand down. Just assist yourself with that transition up. Reaching up. Nice. We dip 1. And we push. We dip 2. And push. 2 more. And up. 1 more. Hold it there. Deep breath. Check your alignment. And soften yourself down. Lovely, guys. Take a nice stretch across. Good job. And before we move into our final little section, just checking the time, just take a little roll out in your wrists after that plank work, especially after that plank work. Beautiful. All right, let's roll back down into our supine. We're just going to finish with a little bit of bridge work. Great for spine articulation, spine and back health, keeping our backs really healthy. We want to keep the pathway for that spinal fluid to move really easily from our head all the way down to our tailbone. So doing a few bridges every day for spine and back health is just so beneficial. So if there's anything you can maybe take away from today's class, maybe doing a few of these this week before you have your morning coffee or whatever. So having a nice preparation for the posture. Arms are directly in line with the shoulders today. Sometimes we can have them down in a low V, but I want us to try this version straight out to the side. We tuck the pelvis. We're going to take that really strong awareness into the lower abdominals. The lower pelvic floor muscles are pulling down as we start to elevate. So we've got that two-way pull here. You keep looking at the ceiling. I'm watching the screen here, but you're going to keep your head up. As you push up at the top, really think of that peak extension in the hips. Underneath your glutes, that area is really working. Then we lift the heels and we slowly begin that roll down. So the roll down is, the work is just as important at the top as the descent down. Everything holds its value really equally here. So you tuck that pelvis, imprint the spine, slowly peeling one vertebra at a time off the mat. Think about really opening through the hips here as well. So our hip flexors are lengthening. We're finding space there. Lifting up the heels, holding that peak, and then easing it down. Smooth and slow. Taking your time. Dropping the bottom, dropping the heels. We're just going to do two more like this. Good. Slow articulation, pushing up. Hips are high. Elevate the heels. Slowly ease it down. Smooth. Good. Final one. Tucking that pelvis, easing it up. Good. Lifting up at the top. Now we're going to hold this last one. Let's add some arms here. So if this feels too much for your shoulders, just remove your arms. You can just bring them back down to the floor. And we're going to take a little open with the knees and arms and squeeze. Then we're going to just dip the bottom slightly and push back up. So a little final combination. We open, squeeze, down and up. And open, squeeze, down and up. We have 3 and down, 2, lift and 2. Doing so great, guys. And we've got one more of these, and then we're going to hold it at the top for this final little hold. Push as high as you can. Keep holding this posture for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then ease your way down, nice and slow and smooth. Awesome job, guys. Give the knees a squeeze. Fantastic work. Have a gentle little rock. Really well done, everyone. Enjoy this final little relax here. Take a few circles with the knees and we'll do a nice stretch to finish. Really good work, guys. So take your right leg up. We're going to take a little half happy baby with that right leg. Think about the top of the thigh, really pushing the top of the thigh down towards the mat. So we're getting a really strong press into that hip. And if you want to, you can always stretch that leg out as well, but just keep that as an available option. Deep breaths. So especially after we do quite a lot of leg work in that sideline today, we want to allow the muscles after the strengthening to really elongate and stretch. Good. Bring that leg up and we'll just take a very soft hamstring stretch. So if you struggle with your hamstring, remember you can always keep that little bend. This is better than lifting your butt and manipulating your alignment. So keep a little bend and then with every breath get a little bit more of an extension. Also just bringing it a bit further down with a stretched leg is also another cleaner version or option there. And then with that leg, you're going to just cross it over. So you've got your top leg, your right leg on top, and then just gently drift your knees to the left side. So a bit of a stronger twist there with the top leg pulling down the underneath leg a little bit stronger. Feeling that nice spiral through your spine and back body. Deep breath here. And let's take that on our other side. So taking your other leg up, finding your half happy baby there. Nice one, just to have a little bit of a rock, have a bit of a drift from side to side. Deep breaths. Very gently, just stretching up to that hamstring as you did on the first side. Just take your time with it. And also just take some awareness to the fact that one hamstring or one leg might have a little bit more range than the other. Just being really patient with the side that feels a little bit tighter for whatever reason. Crossing it over. So this time you've got your left leg on top. You're going to drop the knees to the right side and then looking away from the knees with the head. Nice. And then just coming back through center, I'm going to take another little sort of windscreen wiper. Final one here, just to really soften the hips and the pelvis. Cross your legs, just being mindful of your neck here as you take a few nice rolls, rolling like a ball up and down the spine. This one also, always just be really careful, caution with the neck. You don't ever want to, do too vigorously onto the neck. And then coming up. Beautiful. We'll come back to where we started, a lovely seated posture. And we're just going to take a few circles for the head and neck now. So placing the hands down, you're welcome to close your eyes with this one if you want, my lovelies. And just taking some nice circles with the head. Imagine you're sort of wiping your chin across your chest here. Up and around. And then reversing that. Nice. Good. And then just dropping your head to one side. Take your hand, just very gently pulling the head down. And then bring the chin down towards the chest. And relax. Taking that to the other side. Very gently just assisting that neck down. And then chin to the chest. And relax. Really nice, guys. And we're just going to take a moment before we do our 3 final deep breaths just to sit in calm energy, take a few moments of peace before we get into our days ahead, our week ahead of us. Just letting our movement be absorbed into our mind and body. Just having a bit of gratitude for your efforts today. And just setting that mind into a positive place. Really good work, my loves. Let's do our 3 breaths, our mind, body and soul to finish. So nice strong inhale as you lift the arms up. Big exhale. Feel really grounding with these exhales. Inhaling, exhaling. And final one, deep breath in. And beautiful big exhale. And you're done. Well done, my lovelies. Thank